Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. There's a headline I've been seeing over the last couple of days that I believe has originated from a massively OP article. Star Citizen's Chief Strategy Officer, CSO, publicly resigns from his post at CIG. So this is referring to Carl Jones, who had worked at CIG for over a decade, coming from Crytek and going into work as a VP of Business Development at CIG, then COO, Chief Operating Officer, in charge of sort of daily operations of the company, making sure the direction is correct and working, although he would have been directly working under Chris, most likely in that regard. And then as CSO, his most recent and last role there, Chief Strategy Officer, helping formulate, facilitate and communicate an organization's strategic initiatives and future goals. Think things like marketing direction, business development, company efficiency. It's similar to CEO in a lot of regards. It's an important set of roles that he's been doing at CIG, and he would have been working directly with Chris and other high-level executives on company direction, etc. A lot of how CIG has been operating as a business would have been heavily influenced by him over the last decade. On his LinkedIn, he's announced his departure publicly. Hi everyone, after a decade helping Cloud Imperium games grow to one of the most innovative and largest independent game developers in the world, the time has come for me to explore new galaxies. In my time at CIG, I've been lucky to work with the best people I've come across in games, tech, art, design, production, audio, online operations, corporate administration, marketing, finance, law, and publishing. I've spent time working in business development, marketing, operations and strategy as VIP of BizDev, COO and CSO over the last 10 years. I've helped the company raise around $1 billion from various sources, including crowdfunding, investment, online game monetization, merchandise and partnerships, growing our business in every region on our planet. As COO, I helped the company grow to over 1,100 highly skilled and experienced staff in 5 studios across the world, including building benchmark multi-million-dollar studio spaces in Frankfurt and Manchester. I leave a great company that will continue to surprise and disrupt the games industry, and while they will continue to have detractors, I am very proud of my time there, and I love and appreciate the many people I was lucky to work with and watch grow into world-class talent. So I just want to kind of pause there. It doesn't seem that he's particularly annoyed that he's left. It looks like it could have been for lots and lots of different reasons, and we'll come to that in a minute. But he does appear to be outlining that it's still a great place to work. He really liked his time there, and he is satisfied in the fact that the company is going to do well without him still. And he's been able to build it into a position that's able to do that. So continuing with what he was saying, I'm now working with a small number of tech and games companies as an advisor and consultant, and we'll have more to update on those positions soon. But for now, if you need any help with your business growth or with generating revenue from great ideas and innovative products, then feel free to reach out and have a chat. So there's also a big outpouring of love, respect, and it was great working with you messages on his LinkedIn. But what does this mean for Star Citizen and CIG? So he wasn't a dev, but he was pretty good at his job. He had a lot of experience, and CIG may find it hard to recapture quite the amount of experience he had, but also he'd been working there since the very early days of Star Citizen, and that gives him a unique perspective and ability to do his job particularly well or efficiently, right? At least in my opinion, or at least the potential's there. Because you might disagree whether they were doing a good job. Now, are CIG changing stuff up a bit? Or did you not like the marketing strategies that Star Citizen and CIG were doing? Well, it's likely that with his departure, this stuff is going to be changing a bit. He was a high-up lieutenant, and that comes with all the efficiencies, practices, both good and bad, over the last 10 years. So yeah, it's definitely a loss for CIG, losing someone that is very high up, that's been there for so long. I remember Carl Jones talking about the gamification of the CCU system. So basically the ability to upgrade and purchase ships with real money, the upgrades for them, the CCUs, the cross-chassis upgrade system. He was talking about, yeah, this is a totally gamified system now where players are working out the most efficient route to purchase with real money upgrades for their ships. So he had that in mind and was almost making that part of the monetization process. Other people would say he's absolutely making it part of the monetization process. I do want to bring it back to the massively OP article on this as well, because they say this news will either be part of another slate of bad omens for developers working on Star Citizen, or is just another shuffling of executives that ultimately has no impact on normal lives. And that's exactly it, right? Like, this is likely to be part of CIG's general reshuffling and planning stuff that they do at the end of December and the beginning of January each year. It makes sense that they're going to be doing this sort of stuff then. So why exactly did he leave? Well, it's quite possible that Carl wasn't willing to fully relocate somewhere that CIG wanted him to. Maybe they went, you have to stay in the UK. That's possible. We know that some higher ups in CIG weren't willing to move around over the last couple of years, or at least keep on moving around. Maybe he wasn't getting as paid as much as he wanted. Maybe CIG saw the direction that he wanted to pull the company in or push the company in wasn't what they wanted. There's loads of different reasons. Now, there was a recent-ish article from Insider Gaming suggesting that they had a leak saying that 3 high-level executives had been laid off or pushed out the company or whatever. That remains to be seen though. This is one. But if true, or even if it's just in this case, just the one, is this to save costs? Is it a efficiency restructuring? Is it a new direction? Or is it the standard movement in the industry? Actually, it's probably all of them. CIG are going to want to save costs and make the company as efficient as possible, and they are moving as much of their operations as possible and sensible to the UK, it seems. Star Citizen, warts and all, has been overseen pretty much by Carl Jones, and love the direction that CIG have come from or gone in or hated or whatever. Carl Jones is a big part of how CIG have been able to draw in so much money and been as successful as a company as they have been. But again, you could probably also say that Star Citizen's had this huge development cycle and lots of delays, and it's behind schedule, and it's got massive scope over creep and things like that. Again, you could lay this at the feet of Carl Jones. But I think Star Citizen has been hugely successful, and they're just starting to deliver now. And I would lay a lot of the success of Star Citizen at his feet. But that's not to say that there's not going to be someone better taking over. Maybe Star Citizen requires someone different on the reins of being CSO, CEO. And over the last year, there have been a couple of people leaving CIG, which I'm disappointed that they have left, like Todd Pappy. He left in January 2024. He was live game director. Really liked Todd Pappy. He was trying to push some big features, get them in game. I believe he was unable to relocate when CIG wanted him to, so that caused him to have to leave. Jake Acapella, community manager, recently left. He was a genuinely great community manager, at least in my opinion. And there have been reports of staff being let go as CIG moves more of its operations to the UK over the last 12 months. What I would say is that CIG does seem to have a smaller attrition rate than most other companies of its size in the gaming industry. At least from what I can tell. I suspect there's some people going, it's got the most attrition rate, but they are likely unable to provide figures for that. CIG have had another massively successful year in funding of Star Citizen in 2024, although the funding tracker shows 116 million compared to the previous years of 117 million. That doesn't take into account some of the other things that have gone on with CitizenCon, ticket prices, and I suppose a larger thing, subscriptions, which have ballooned. At least that's what I reckon, or at least I believe. We'll find out more when we actually have the Star Citizen financials, which hopefully should be released within the next week. I'd also like to say that I think that CIG are doing fantastically compared to other studios in the video gaming industry, which seem to be hugely depreciating some of these other studios and collapsing in a lot of cases, or getting taken over, halving their staff. There's a huge amounts of, especially larger studios, in danger. CIG does not appear to be one of them. Will CIG struggle to find and keep talent? Yeah, maybe in certain areas, but not in others. I do think there's a lot of devs and feature directors. They're sort of more important, right? I mean, it's arguable, right? You need a lot of good people in the right positions, but you want them to get the game done. And there's a lot of people in the industry that want jobs that are devs, and CIG is able to attract them. But I also believe that CIG isn't great anymore, or as good as they used to be with working from home. They are trying to push people to work in the studios where possible. Although I do think, like, if you need to work from home for short periods of time or whatever, I do believe they allow that. But again, I don't work at CIG. A lot of the stuff I know about it comes from my friends that work there and I reckons or rumours that I've heard and these articles as well. It'll be interesting to see if any more higher level, top level executives have left. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of people say actually this is a good thing because of a restructuring of CIG will help with efficiency and that sort of stuff. A lot of people that would be like detractors of Star Citizen CIG and the way stuff works will go, well actually yeah, maybe the management were the problem and new management, that's gonna help a lot. Hopefully this will all lead to a more efficient development for Star Citizen and more efficient operations in general for them as a business. I think that's what they want, right? Obviously. But I'm interested to know what you think. Do you think this is a big blow to CIG losing Carl Jones? Or do you think, well, actually, it's just something that happens in the industry? I mean, it could easily just be both, right? It's something that happens and it's a big blow for them. Do you think they'll get someone better or they've found someone within the company to do some of the CSO stuff or they were going to a different direction? Do you think the direction of playability and Star Citizen 1.0 as a focus and Squadron 42 2026 is all part of this strategy? Thank you so much for watching. Very appreciated. But yeah, tell me in the comments below what you think because I am interested to know. Thanks very much for watching. You have a great January. And yeah, as I said, tell me what you think in the comments below. We haven't got an outro yet, Zin, for NordVPN for this month. Mm-hmm. So you should... Oh, what's that? It's 2025. I don't want someone stealing my keyboard, and neither do you. Also, you can click the links below to get NordVPN. That's... Everyone can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have we decided on a ship giveaway?
Yes, we're giving away a Mirai Guardian.
Ooh.
Yes. Ooh, that's exciting. A single-seater, powerful, heavy fighter. I do think the QI variant's better, but maybe you can upgrade it.
We're not
We're not giving away that one. Also, CIG have given this one. They've gone, you want a ship for a giveaway? You can give that one away. I've gone, cool. I'll have that. Well, I'll give it away. Also, click the join button under my videos to help support the channel further. Like, share, subscribe, do all that sort of jazz. Thanks for watching. Happy 2025. Happy New Year. Click the links, join the buttons, comment and subscribes, and all the other things.